It's no secret that we love Minecraft on this channel and have been remaking the mobs into their realistic counterparts. Heavily on the realistic. The mob I chose this time is the Precious Fox.
What does the fox say?
This is also just kind of an excuse to make a fox because I want to see how much I've progressed since the one I made 5 years ago. Also, I may or may not be having another video coming out next week, hint hint, that may or may not have something totally special and a really cool announcement, hint hint. So, you know, just don't come by my channel next weekend, Saturday, hint hint. Okay, bye. Hey, you were supposed to knock over. Thank you. Also, look how Sarah treats my clay. Looks like she munched it. Like, what is this? Treat my clay better. Heckin' rude.
That's my son! That's my boy!
Cut this nastiness off. That's not aesthetically pleasing.
Mr. Clay Roller here is finally getting an eye back. Okay, look, he has an eye again, alright? It's a little crooked, but for the most part, he can see, okay? I don't want to hear it. Alright, first step is to smush this foil into our future furry friend. Alright, I'm gonna get it, okay? I'm gonna get it. Alright, we're in frame. We're in frame.
Father!
What? They're gonna think this is a bit. They're gonna think I do this on purpose. I'm not even looking at the camera, okay? I'm just gonna... Okay, there we go. See, I just need to not look at the camera. If I don't look at the camera, I can get it, okay? It's not me, all right? It's the camera. We're gonna go with that.
You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I don't care. I'm still blaming the camera, but now we can move on to actually getting some clay on. Try to get a base layer on, and then figure out the shape. Slowly but surely, we shape the head so we can start figuring out what kind of eyes we're gonna use.
Yeah, what?
It's fine.
What do you do?
Nothing. Nothing.
So if I go out there, nothing happens?
Nothing. Go. Get work, Ken.
My toddler editor spilled her appy juice. Alright, that's the eye size I'm gonna use. Now, my only goal for the eyes was to at least not use those gigantic eyeballs that I use for like everything. Now, were these only slightly smaller? Yes. But do I still think that counts? Absolutely. Alright, let's see if I can achieve somewhere in the family with the nostrils. Got a hole there. Hey! That's pretty even. We got in the family. I'd say, you know, not twins, but, you know, definitely sisters. Now I just gotta make it actually look like a nose. My secret is I just take this little tool, just kind of rub it all over in multiple different directions enough times, and it just makes really easy nose texture. Because we work smarter, not harder. I was totally gonna say we work harder, not smarter, but that actually really defeats the purpose, doesn't it? It's I mean, like, I don't even know where you get like one of these. Don't ask me where to get it, because I don't even know how I have this, you know. So, you know, takes your nose. All right, now I got to do the mouth. Somebody was feeling a little sassy while they were editing this video. But, of course, this adorable little foxy friend had to get a sweet little expression with his mouth. I mean, really, all I need to do now is just kind of like smooth everything out. It's looking real good. It's looking real cute. Boop, doop, doop. I feel like it's been so long since I've even touched like armature pieces because the last few videos had nothing to do with them, and I just realized how much I miss doing anything but these, and now I just miss art dolls in general, and now I'm like really excited to make this, so I don't know what happened, but let's sculpt some feet. Oh yep, and in true fashion, they still fly everywhere. maybe I don't miss it fully. Sculpting a foot is very easy. First, you just start with a little nub of clay, then you mark where you want each little toe to be, use very questionable carving techniques, refine the shape a little bit, and then just add the beans.
A baked bee!
And here we have all 4 feet sculpted. I textured the little paws because most of it's going to get covered in fur, but I just want a little bit of texture so it's not just all smooth for any spot that's not going to be covered in fur. And just look at the beans. Now I just have to bake everything. And if you're like, KP, you know, you're kind of missing some ears there, bud. Well, how observant of you. I am going to make them out of a different material than clay, but I don't want to make them too small for when I fur the face. So I'm actually going to make them after I fur the face so that I can make them the right size and I don't have to just like guess and pray that it's going to be the right size. So let's go bake this baby and then we can start Armature time. Okay, maybe more fell than I anticipated. I knew some would fall, but I didn't think 90% of them would fall. Yeah, now I gotta clean all this up. Okay, Armature time! What is this? Stop this madness. Foot. Foot.
You okay in there?
I flung a piece and I think it hit a wall and then ricocheted and now I don't know where it went. These pieces are testing my patience. They're mad that I left them for so long. Foot. Okay. Down to quilt batting. It's not as substantial anymore. She getting low on her supply, you know? Like she doesn't even roll anymore. She just kind of flaps. I think it's time we get a new roll, but I appreciate you as you are.
I love the young people.
Thus, we begin the process of wrapping strips of quilt batting over and over and over and over again until the body is built up to my liking. Making sure not to go too ham, though, to account for the thickness of the fur later on. But like I always say, or like I haven't said in a hot minute, if you want chunk, chunk, chunk boy, you get chunk, chunk, chunk boy. If you want thin, thin, thin boy, you get thin, thin, thin boy, okay? We support all body shapes and sizes here.
Just gonna give you a little padding here. Little butt lift, if you will. Okay, now he's got a little bit of a tush, you know? I feel like as far as like the art dolls I've made, this one like actually has more realistic proportions because usually when I cutify something, I like shorten everything a little bit, but now that I've made something that's like, you know, slender and as long as it probably should be, it feels weird.
I think it also felt weird because I was trying to compare it to a really old piece that I've made to try to see how I've progressed. All right, moving to sewing.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
So we're gonna be cutting it really close because the fur I bought for this, I guess I ordered the wrong size because this is what we're walking with. I originally was going to use this fur, which, you know, but as you can see, it's way more brown than I thought it was, and technically, even though this is like bright orange, it matches, so I'm going to use it. The saving grace is that it's not just all orange, you know, it's got white, it's got black, so hopefully it'll be okay. This is quite, no, that doesn't look right.
Guys, I cut it real close with this piece of faux fur. I mean, I really didn't want to spend like another $30, which, you know, a little overpriced if you ask me, but I didn't want to spend that much money getting another piece, so I was just very meticulous about how much I used, and I mean, I had slivers of this fur left, but that just means I guess I ordered the right amount and just made myself panic for nothing. Oh, and here you can see how I attach the different fur pieces together, seeing the leg here. It just added an extra step, just kind of sewing them together and then just trimmed it down and sewed the leg like normal. I mean, it's just extra work.
Okay, now that this bean is all sewn up, the only thing left is to give this face a little bit of fluff too. But first, you must paint it, because gray, as I always say, is not the most flattering color, especially when everything else is so vibrant. So let's paint you.
I also added the orange color just so I had a little bit of a guide of where I was gluing all the fur pieces. Then you just glue the fur on bit by bit.
Now that we're looking delightfully poofy, I can finally get to adding some ears on this one, so let's do that.
To start the ears, I just sketch out the general shape I want out of foam and then cut that out. Once I check that the shape is going to be right, I then grab some floral wire, shape it until it fits within that ear, and then just glue it down. Why are you doing this?
It ain't gonna be pretty, but it'll be secure, and that's what matters.
So the foam is just the inner structure, then I take pieces of faux fur and kind of trace it with that piece of foam and then just glue it on. And with their base started, it's now time to trim everything. The Pet Shaver is a real MVP in the process of making an art doll. It just gets all the fur off evenly and very quickly. Doesn't that look good for your lungs? Even though I love my Pet Shaver dearly, I still have to go in with scissors just to detail everything. Especially with the face, I pretty much leave that exclusively to scissors, just so I can be really precise about it since, you know, the face is kind of the most important part. But it also really shows a difference when I trim the legs just to make them all nice and snazzy. I mean, look at that. It just looks so good compared to...
Oh my goodness!
Swing. Here is our little fox friend now. All trimmed up and nice.
I like the shape. The shape is looking real good. Look at that little fluffy tail back there. So now I just need to blend, like, I don't like how hard this edge is, you see right here, or how like hard this is. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of airbrushing to blend this in. And then we just need a little paint the little details like your beautiful little eyes there. And then this little baby all done. So let's get to airbrushing.
Come on, Jeffrey.
You can't see the airbrush. The airbrush is here too.
You cannot tell me that this isn't the most satisfying thing ever. I mean, just look how it just blends it seamlessly and like instantaneously. That line is just gone and it's blended and has a really nice gradient. Just so good. This is all editor Sarah's fault, but she said that the fox looks like Todd, and so now you all have to relive trauma with me.
Hopper, you're my very best friend. And you're mine too, Todd.
Sorry, not sorry. With that generational trauma over, it's time to start painting the details like the eyes and nose and just pray you don't smudge black anywhere. Add a little bit of brown at the mouth just to make it pop a little bit more, but then completely forget to be in focus, and then just act like nothing ever happened. Then make sure to dry brush your nose so that nose texture we added earlier pops. Then decide you want more forward-facing eyes, so you paint the corners white so you can make the pupil more rounded, and just completely disregard all the work you did just trying to desperately not smudge everything everywhere. For the eye color, I didn't want it to be yellow because I thought that would blend in too much, but I didn't want to go with blue because that seemed like too much, so I went in the middle and added a little bit of green. Of course, we can't forget the resin in the eyes to make them glossy. Beam of light. Bing! And of course, I saved the best for last, painting the toe beans.
Okay, so technically the fox is done. However, I added just a little bit of extra something since the Minecraft fox comes from the taiga, whatever. I made little sweet berries that can go and be in his little mouth. I mean, look how cute these are. These are just like some random bead flower things I got from Michael's, but I made like a little slot in his mouth. You just stick them in there. Look how cute that is. Holding little berries.
Oh my gosh, but with that means this cute, adorable little bean is done, and we can look at the final montage. So let's go.
Bye.